Hi everyone, this is Susie Ramroop, transformational coach and focusing on helping people play bigger in their lives. Now, I've entitled today's Facebook Live, while you wondering why you'll never lose the weight or why you're always in debt. And I've deliberately used these kind of global statements because I think they're two of the things that people relate to most. So recently I surveyed my community and asked them, if I gave you £3,000 or $3,000, what would you do with it? And the answers were overwhelmingly in two categories. Some people were quite practical and some people kind of said I'd spend a proportion here and a proportion there. But a lot of people gave one of two answers. I'll link this back to losing the weight later, but the two answers were I'd spend it on a holiday and I'd pay off my debt. Now, spending it on a holiday is something I really relate to. You know, when I was in my busy corporate life that was full but not fulfilled, I was always on holiday. You know, at least every month I was flying somewhere glamorous. At least every week I was eating somewhere fabulous. And the thing is, all that was doing was numbing the pain of the life that I was in. I was getting nothing into my heart and soul that was nourishing me from that life. So I just filled it up with at least what looked like nice things to kind of ride out my unhappiness. And so holidays was my go-to place, and everyone admired me for it. Everyone said, oh, you're so lucky, you're always going to fabulous places, wow, wow, wow. And actually, you know, when you get happy in yourself, like I have, I don't seem to really crave holidays anymore. I don't really seem to need holidays anymore. So the whole process of surveying my community recently, and I also asked my husband, and the amount of people that said holiday, it really alarmed me, and I want to tell you why. So when you hang your coat on holidays being the answer, or holidays making you feel better, what you're really doing is running. You're running from the life that you have, away on holiday to get a week or two of fabulousness, only to return to the life that you ran from. And that really, if you think about it, makes absolutely no sense, because you're coming back probably feeling worse because you've been exposed to a life you could have and you've drawn the microscope onto the life that you do have. But because you haven't changed anything about that life, you're really no further forward. So if I'm giving you, I'm not by the way, but if I theoretically gave you £3,000 and you've spent it all on a holiday, you've kind of made your existing problem worse. I hope that makes sense. Now, the other factor about the holiday answer to that question is that even my husband, the man that has never desired to go on holiday in the 11 years I've known him, never. It's always me saying, oh, I think I'd like to go here, and oh, would you fancy going here? He just kind of says, you know, if you want. He's very, very passive about holidays. And yet, when I asked him, he said, a holiday. And I said, a holiday? Really? Why would you spend it on a holiday? And he said, because surely that's what you want. And I went, oh! So this is the other factor. You're either running from the life that you have away on holiday, or you're trying to please someone else with that holiday. Now, the reason I'm focusing on this is because I think many of you are going to be in this position. But if you go away on holiday and you don't change your thinking and your habits, your life's not going to change. You might get a week or two of an injection of the life that you're kind of craving, but it's not going to affect your everyday life, apart from maybe some photographic memories. But if it doesn't draw you forward to the life that you really want, then really what value did it add? So the other answer that people gave was I would pay off my debt. Now, equally, if I just paid off your debt without changing your thinking and your habits and your environment effectively, then that debt is just going to come back. And I'll tell you why. I'll give you some analogies now with the weight. If you want to lose £20 and I went, £20 is gone, what do you think would happen? You're still eating the same way, you're still drinking the same way, you're still exercising or not the same way, you're still doing all the same things that got you over in the first place. And yet you think it's going to be much better for you to just magic it away with a wand than do the work. And it doesn't have to be hard work, but do the work, i.e. changing the thinking, the habits and the environment to get that weight off. Now, it will creep back in the same way that if you just magically got, I don't know, you won some money, you got a tax rebate, whatever it is, and you have some money and it gets rid of that debt. It will give you the momentary relief that a holiday would give you without changing the thinking, the habits and the environment that got you into debt in the first place. Therefore, you will always have a propensity to be in debt. And I'm picking up on these two things because they were overwhelmingly the most popular when I surveyed my community. And I want you to just think about how your thinking affects your spending and how your spending in turn affects your life. Because if you don't look at what generated that thing in the first place, or, you know, what generated that desperate desire to go on holiday in the first place, nothing's going to change. So, you know, if I wave that wand and drop your £20, if I give you the body of your dreams overnight, you're going to start putting on weight again if you don't keep up some kind of routine that would get you the body in the first place. So I hope this is making sense. But really, this is about, what do you do about it? You know, it's not about waving a wand and it's not about being gifted the outcome you want. It's about getting clear on how to change your thinking and change your habit and change your environment in a way that doesn't feel laborious, in a way that is gentle yet harmonious with your everyday life and that increases your joy on a day-to-day basis, because the energy that comes from that joy is the thing that will pull you forward to the life that you want and make you believe that it's possible for you to go out and attain it. So I have developed this new course that I'm very excited about. It's called Spring Clean Your Life. And I'll be honest, I nicked the idea from a friend of mine who recently did my Clear the Path to a Life You Love training course. And she said that the overwhelming theme that came up was spring cleaning. Now, she is immediately gone to the physical spring cleaning. She's looking at her physical environment. But it's about making the link to your mental environment. How do you spring clean your thoughts? How do you spring clean your habits in a way that you can adopt a pattern of being that will generate the outcomes that you want? And not in a difficult way. You know, the joy that you get from blowing £3,000 on a holiday is the same as the joy you would get from paying off £3,000 of debt. You know, it's that daily implementation of change that I will guide you through in Spring Clean Your Life that means that you will get there, and you will develop a 3-week pattern of lessons, you know, of daily guidance, and at the end of 3 weeks you'll go, oh my God, I feel different, I feel lighter, and I feel more able now to tackle things, that I feel equipped to tackle things in my life that I have been running from, like spending that money on a holiday. So it's a 3-week course. It is based on the laws of prosperity. So it is linked to the debt that I talked about, and it's linked to the success that you want from life. So, you know, if you want to play bigger, I'm all about playing bigger. And, you know, you define big. Bigger is about from the place you are now to the place you want to get to, and incrementally growing that capability every day. So if you want to play bigger in your life and you want to use spring, like the sun's out today, I love it when the sun's out, use the energy of spring, which technically starts next week, to spring clean your life. Say, yes, spring clean in the comments, and I will send you a very time limited special offer. But to get that, you must comment below. If you think this is going to help someone, not just the course, but just the nature of the message today, which is that if you don't change your thinking and your habits and your environment, you will bring about more of the same in your life. If you think that message is going to help someone, please share it with them today. I would love to get this message out to as many people as possible. But it's critical to take responsibility for those things and do it in a way that is fun and gentle, and that's what Spring Clean Your Life is going to do. So I really hope that that sounds interesting to you. Please put yes, Spring Clean in the comments below, and I'll send you the link to join me. Have a great day. See ya.